Hey everybody, welcome back to Phys Ed. It's Mr. Coopley again with a new unit that we're going to be working on this week. This week we're going to be working on volleying. So we're going to be hitting objects up into the air, and we're going to be using different either parts of our body, or I'm going to teach you how to make a do-it-at-home racket at home. So like I usually do, I break up a skill into three different cues or four different cues. Today it's three. So when we're volleying, we want to be thinking about these things when we're hitting an object into the air, is to hit it upwards. Okay, it's going to give you more time to get the object when you hit it up into the air. That way you can kind of see it and make sure that you have time to get to it. Number two, you want to track the object with your eyes. So that means your eyes are on the object wherever it's moving to. You got to make sure that your eyes are on that object, and I'll show you what object we're going to use in just a minute. And then number three, we have to move our body. You have to move your body. Whatever object you hit into the air isn't going to come right back to you every single time. It's not going to come right to where you are. It can be kind of unpredictable. So you have to move your body, making sure that you're moving to wherever that object is. So making sure we're hitting the object upwards, number one. Two, we're tracking it, watching it with our eyes, no matter where it goes. And number three, you're moving to where the object goes in order to hit it again, because we want to hit it multiple times into the air. And what I find is one of the easiest things to volley with is a balloon, especially for my K through 2 students. Hitting a balloon into the air gives you lots of time to be able to get underneath it and hit it in the air. And balloons, hopefully you have one around the house. If you don't, you can find them pretty cheaply at stores. And if you really can't find them there, come to school. I can give you a balloon. I can give you a balloon for here at school. Blow your balloon up, and what we're going to do is first use our hands. That's the closest thing to our body, is part of our body, so we're going to use our hands first, and then I'm going to teach you about using rackets and things like that later. So here I go. I'm going to take a little space back. Make sure you have lots of room. Maybe not in the kitchen is the best space because your family member might be cooking, so that's not the best place to volley. But make sure you have lots of room somewhere in your house or outside to try to volley. So here we go. I'm going to hit the object into the air, and when I hit it upwards into the air. I have to track it with my eyes, and I have to move to where the balloon is. So as it's floating into the air, I'm watching it with my eyes. I'm not watching the computer, the video. I'm watching the balloon as it goes high into the air. And I'm moving my body to it, making sure I hit it high into the air, okay? Now, you can also, you can volley with your hand, but also I want you to try to, with a balloon, before we move to rackets, is try to use different body parts to volley it into the air as well. So maybe you can use your head or your shoulder, maybe use a knee, or even get your foot really high into the air and you do it too. So if you have a balloon, you can hit it into the air, try to hit it with your shoulder, maybe try to hit it with your foot into the air, right? Maybe try to hit it with your head, your hands, maybe your knee. So use different body parts to try to get that balloon up and into the air, okay? And it's a lot of fun. If you have a family member, you can do it with them too. Everybody takes one hit and you keep it into the air that way. So another thing we use around in phys ed class is we use rackets. We use either rackets or lollipop rackets. Okay, either these here. So we use these a lot with trying to keep objects in the air as well. And what this becomes is using a short-handled implement or a short-handled object to try to keep it into the air. And you can do tricks like hit in the air and spin and try to do it again. But you might not have a racket around the house, which is why I'm here to help you out a little bit with that. So many of you might remember last year, but I made my own racket with some things that I had around the house. And so, if you want to make your own racket, you can do that. All you need is a little bit of cardboard, okay, colorful cardboard. You need a paper towel roll and also some tape, which is what I have. So what I did was I actually took a paper towel roll and I cut little ends out of it at the very end of it like that. See how I cut one on each side. And then I took a piece of cardboard about the size of a plate and I traced it about a plate and I cut it out, and then I slid the piece of cardboard right onto right like that, and then I taped it up, okay? And that's what I came up with right here. So you can do that. Just grab yourself a piece of cardboard and do a paper towel roll, and then you've got yourself a racket. And then you're good to go. So you can make your own racket at home that way, which is a fun way to volley and keep an object into the air. But also, if you don't have cardboard around, whoever is cooking in the kitchen, you can use a pan. If you have a pan around, they're a little heavier, but you could certainly use that to keep an object into the air and use it that way. So you can use a pan as well. Remember, get permission to use these things. But that's what I'd like for you to do this week, is to show me some videos of you hitting a balloon or an object into the air. Again, you can do tricks, things like that too. A guy used different body parts to keep it up, but you can hit it in the air. I like the idea of trying to spin, maybe hit a different body part and keeping in the air. If you can, if you have a family member who can make another racket, you can hit it back and forth, taking turns. Only one hit at a time. Everybody takes one hit, the other person takes a hit, and you can alternate and see how many times you can hit it into the air without letting it touch the ground. Is a fun game to play with another family member. So those are different activities you can do with volleying. And then in the next episode, I'll teach you a game that we can use. We'll use our paddles and rackets to play another game. So, all right, keep sending in your videos. Remember to stay active. Really important to me is that you get outside and get some fresh air too. Making sure that you fresh air is really good for you. So try to get outside as much as you can before the cold weather really hits. It's getting close, so make sure you get out there. And I'll see you all again soon. So keep sending your videos. It's good to see you. Keep working hard. Bye, everybody.